Enjoy the show. Play on my channel.
You keep this up, mister. You're going to be a producer.
Counterpart.
The flash just ran straight out of you.
Yeah.
The MC, if he stopped, they would have stole his shoes.
It gives a whole new meaning to parsec. It's a mode of transportation through psychedelics.
Good
We're
enough.
just pajamming over here.
Yeah.
Pajamming.
Pajamming sounds fun,
I
actually.
want to pajama with you.
Multi-streaming across the interwebs. This is none other than the only podcast to leave Thanos on the side of the road. This is the Triforce Podcast, of course, and I am none other than your host, Matthew Bugrill, the Matman. To my left, a very animated cardboard Kelly. We have Christopher Bristow, the old man, as well as our wonderful woman, Katerina Thermascara, and our omnipotent producer that is Stephen Bugrill, Big Brother, as well as our hero and mascot, Link Diablo, Hero Time. But we don't gather here for that. We gather here because tonight, not so Green Lantern, an old man and more sand, not him, remaking Dead Space.
Hello there.
And so much more on the Triforce Podcast. But we want you to hop on over here to pjandwh.com, where you're going to find all the crazy and luggy nutty moments right up top. Just like the last podcast that I put up there. Scroll on down. It's an entertaining title. So
We will make another one. I'll have Chris make another one.
like last week's Triforce Podcast, master debating Disney Plus, triple giggity. And then Lugnuts will be up there eventually. The last other Triforce podcast is Elves Speak Spanish or some shit like that. I don't know.
Yes.
But if you go over to the second tab, you'll find Walljanger Gaming.
Connor started streaming on Cuphead this Saturday.
Very proud of him.
Awesome.
I'm very proud of Connor for...
And he's
posting
already
on
beat
that.
Matt out on total views for one stream.
Oh, my God. One stream
wow.
alone. Like,
As he
of a
should.
child.
As he should. Get it, Connor.
little brats at 66 views. That's more than we've gotten on YouTube ever. It just goes to show. Just literally, though, he has been the voice of Purjangers on YouTube since its inception.
You know, we got him.
that's
We
why
got the
they were
buttons with him saying that's a good segue and
Drive
welcome.
on Lugnut.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
And then
gonna
this-
hate that someday.
this oldie but goodie that we haven't used,
We're going to try force.
which is what we're on now, but we end off every single Triforce
That was like
podcast
2 years ago when he recorded that.
with this one.
Bye.
Yeah, over at his house now.
My main man, Connor.
Enjoy the show.
Yeah, they don't know about him yet.
Play on my channel.
Anyway.
And then, hang on. This is my favorite one.
Pajamas, pajamming.
Perjangers, perjanging. Say that.
Pajamas, pajamming.
That's good enough.
Aw. Close it up.
That's good
We're
enough.
just pajamming over here.
Yeah.
Pajamming.
Pajama.
Pajamming sounds fun,
I
actually.
want to pajama with you.
Oh, fuck. But
Warning, beware of foul language.
Yeah. Get your pajamin at Clits and Kilts. Sold in jars.
Why? Why?
Because it's delicious, that's why.
But
I'm not going to touch it.
no, he's not.
Gotta have a product line.
But
It's a shame we don't have a third pair of headphones. He can't hear a damn word.
there's another headset under there.
Are you enjoying Cardboard Kelly?
It's a lot better than real Kelly.
I mean, real Kelly won't let you stroke his nipples like that for too
I
long.
beg to differ.
After 10 minutes.
The only benefit is you don't talk back.
After 10 minutes, he tends to ask for money.
I haven't heard Al or no in a while.
So
You got the reaction that we wanted from Katarina. It was just dejection.
Mark Gervais is here.
I've given up a long time ago.
Gotta tell you, I even forgot we went live. That's how off the rails this fucking beginning went. But
If you're just joining us, you've missed us sorting through boxes, looking for things,
Yes.
and blowing whatever they had planned.
so this is the 299th podcast from Perjangers and Wallhangers Media Network.
And
It's
it
the main
shows.
thing that we wanted to show how polished this machine has gotten throughout the years.
It's $2.99.
Are you out of your mind?
No, I'm not out of my mind. $2.99.
But we are out of our mind with telling you to go over to this first story because the boys.
From one red band to another.
Yes. They bring us a red band trailer, violence you've been waiting for. Amazon's The Boys are back in town this summer with season 3 of the violent superhero series headed to Prime on June 3rd, 2022. As promised, the official teaser trailer is here. I know how Big Brother loves his teaser trailers.
He gets all sort of triggered.
Mark Gervais off the rails. So this first look at The Boys season 3 is rated D for diabolical, and
This looks good.
it's loaded with gory bloodshed and some pretty crazy teasers, including Billy Butcher's laser eyes, which I found amazingly awesome because we saw them get the serum at the end of last season, which gave them the powers. They gave them the powers. They made it more like the comics, and they got the things that do the stuff. It's the official word.
Really?
End quote.
Okay.
But it's unclear if Amazon will follow the same release strategy of the previous 2 seasons, but it's likely that they'll release the first 3 episodes on June 3rd, followed by new episodes weekly, which it's a bit of a cock tease because it makes you think like you can binge something, but then it's like, stop right there. I want to know right now. Are you going to come back next week? Are you going to love me? Are you going to love me for these 4 other episodes? Are you going to need me?
Let's see how the first episode goes, and we'll go from there.
Nothing on the meatloaf, huh? Okay, we'll go on. But The Boys, based on the
I'm
best...
not doing anything for that love. I'm sorry.
I was depending on you, but... I guess I knew right then. I didn't need the rest of the song. It was very clear from first couple sentences.
Oh, and we're all glad it's over.
So TV Line notes that the upcoming season will also welcome several new characters and a chance for me to butcher some names.
Oh, my favorite.
Nick Welshler, Revenge as Blue Hawk. And Laurie Holden from The Walking Dead as Crimson Countess. First look and additional newcomers include Miles Garston Villanueva from Law and Order True Crime, the Mendez murder. Jesus Christ, how many fucking Law and Orders has there been?
I mean,
There's Law and Order, the
Spider Chronicles?
specializes in children murders. That's the new one.
Jesus Christ, how fucking depressed do
Then
people
there's
need to
Law
be?
and Order BDSM, code word, justice.
Yeah. Yeah. So
saw you crack a smile there. I got you.
So as Supersonic is the guy
team
from
at the Hairy Donut.
yeah. It's so they can look as part of the health code regulation. You have to specify what hair is what in DNA record and put it on file, so that way you have it listed at the bottom.
CSI, and that's the chocolate brownie.
Damn, that's expertly crafted joke right there.
I can't wait for the day that
You
we
made
can
her take off her
isolate
glasses.
specific
That's how
audio
good
so
it
I can
is.
tune the rest of that
no
out.
less.
The glasses came off. Like there was a clear, like not just Control Alt Delete. That was a full on system reboot right there.
Hashtag intent. Hashtag ready to meet
I would really like to just wipe the whole hard drive at this point.
Start from factory reset.
Mm.
So the Mendez murders guy was Supersonic, if you remember The Boys. Sean Patrick Flannery from Dexter as Gunpowder. Keita Winner.
Boondock Saints as well.
Yes, Keita Winner of Sleepy Hollow as Little Nina, and Kristen Booth, Orphan, from Orphan Black,
Yep.
and John Doolin.
Marcella.
There we go. As Tease and
Tessa and
Tessa
Tommy.
and Tommy. Tease and
TNT
Tommy. And the TNT twins. So there's a lot of different characters that they're pulling from the comics. The Crimson Countess is supposed to be a ripoff of the Scarlet Witch, and we're going to get a lot more of that. But we're getting Herogasm is what we got out of this trailer. So they're getting more material from the comics. I understand why they didn't just give Billy Butcher and the boys like the superpowers from the beginning.
Like right away, yeah.
It was better as a slow burn.
Well, I mean, building the lore and like finding, you want to empathize and have love for the characters. So the best way to do that is to, you neuter them from the comics a little bit.
You do, but it's also just telling it a separate story.
What do you
Okay.
think, Kelly?
Oh,
Thanks.
there we go. But it's telling a separate story that you have to have a separation from comics and adaptation, or any kind of adaptation.
Yep.
It's otherwise you're just regurgitating the same thing that we just saw, and we're gonna equally as hate it.
I mean, you have to enjoy each iteration of the source material. Like, there's liberties taken with the show. There's liberties taken with the comic series. And I'm sure there's liberties taken with the games that are coming out.
Oh, we're gonna be talking about a lot of liberties this podcast.
Okay.
There's one story in particular that's a real fucking trigger topic for me, but we'll get onto that later. But as far as The Boys, this show has 2 seasons
have a
of.
doll where they can see where they touched you.
Oh no, they'll show. I'll show where they touch me later. But the thing is about The Boys is we have 2 seasons of donking it, absolutely donking it,
Oh, yeah.
and having several
You need to watch that show.
what the fuck moments, like Translucent being killed.
After you get to episode 3, you're good.
Yeah.
Episode 1 was great. The blood, the fucking
Explosion.
accident.
Yeah.
If you can't hear him, he said
Oh,
the
what?
blood and the accident.
We're good on levels.
The Red River.
The boys don't handle the blood good.
You know what? That's the new draft beer going in through the Red River is The Boys Bad with Blood.
Make that a wine. Make that a wine.
The wine. God damn it.
Chardonnay.
We got culture jokes too.
Right down at the Wine and Spirits.
Something else that's cultured?
It
Well,
looks like, why am I here?
you're selling the bit.
I am.
We haven't gotten a Kelly, so you're the card. You are the cardboard Kelly.
Kelly stand-in,
And you know what?
number
That
1.
Cardboard Kelly is going to be in the credits at the end of this on the Spotify and the YouTube, which is new. Video now available. He will be credited as Cardboard Kelly.
AKA, that's not Chris. Jimmy.
It's a bit long to fit in there, but I think I could fit it in the credits. It's
Put
better than the
tiny
old
text
editing.
underneath the big text. You can make it subscript.
The old
And then
microphone.
spell
No,
out
it's
the
it's all going to be right
On-
next
on-
to each other.
on to the proper segue.
Screensaver.
We are not the only things that have been delayed in this podcast. It's also this next story.
That was a good segue.
Yeah, killer segue right there.
Because The Flash,
Yeah, it was like 2.5 during that time.
The Flash and Aquaman have been pushed back to 2023. Warner Brothers has done a big reshuffle of its upcoming film slate and a move that sees both The Flash and Aquaman, The Lost Kingdom, delayed to 2023. The Flash is now due to release on June 23rd, 2023, over 7 months later than the original November 4th opening date, which was like November 4th, 2018.
So
How fucking long are they going to delay this goddamn amazing movie?
well, the movie got delayed because of the whole Justice League Snyder cut, for one, and then the merger that just happened. So I can understand why they're delaying it now because they want the.
You can move the mic closer when you're talking. There you go.
I understand that they want to delay.
Hey, I can hear you now.
Thank
Welcome
you.
back.
Hi, everybody. Hello, Dr. Nick. Anyway,
Just
I got a button for that. Not that one.
I'm actor Troy McClure. So no, I understand. With the recent merger, they need the dust to settle in order for these movies to come out because you got too much money behind the scenes floating around, and they need that to kind of go away. What do you think, Kelly? Thank you. You understood the assignment.
Yes. But
It's like British comedy. I don't quite understand it. Someone will.
we're an international podcast after
We're
all.
not internationally known, but we know how to rock these microphones.
Mark Gervais says delays equals bad mojo.
Maybe, Mark, maybe. But with original November 4th opening, marking the first time Ezra Miller will play the character in the titular role, while Aquaman sequel is open on March 17th of 2023. So we get Aquaman in March, we get Flash in June. So they're already chalking that up to next year.
Yeah, and that's fine. I'm okay with it with the merger going on.
Honestly, after the Batman, like I need some gestation period.
Mark
Yeah, but
says
we're gonna
he's
be
never
getting
wrong.
the TV series if they do it right, that will be the filler until these movies.
Yes.
And judging by how well the critically the reviews are coming in for the movie, they might have done this preemptively with the movies being delayed
Now-
to allow these TV series.
Katarina, I'm sure you're going to agree with
Yes.
me on this. After watching The Batman, are you more excited for the Gotham PD being spun into an Arkham Asylum series like we talked about last week? Because I am fucking stoked for that now. Especially if they do it like an anthology one-off of Batman villains. Especially like you can go
I don't know.
B-list or D-list Batman villains on that.
Good.
Get fucking like, like
Clayface.
You know, we've done
Scarface.
very
All
close to
faces.
this
Two-Face,
with
Clayface.
the Gotham TV series, having the PD and having the Asylum front and center at different times.
Yeah.
So I feel like this is their take two of this.
Mhm.
And I'm hoping that they've learned some valuable lessons about what went right and what went wrong with Gotham and apply what they've learned with Batman to this show. I don't want real life and I don't want full on comic book. Give me that happy medium. And I'll accept any changes and tweaks that you make to these characters. I would like to see more lesser known people, flesh them out a little bit. That's more interesting to me than the same parade of villains that we always seem to get.
I can
Yes, but it's also like when you hear the Batman split here, because there's a rumor that Ben Affleck is not done as Batman. There's a rumor that
Which is fine.
absolutely I want that.
They got multiple universes to
I
kinda-
want that Batman
Bring it
Deathstroke. Like we
He's
talked
never
about
had
Batman
his
a lot last
own-
podcast, so
He's
I'm not
never had
trying
his
to
own movie.
exactly
Just
I want that
him
Batman Beyond movie.
flexing them
with
Ben
Michael
Affleck
Keaton,
stuff.
and you can get to that.
Yeah.
But I see the real highlight here is you already have Michael Keaton in the Batgirl TV show, which we're getting this year, right? So you have Michael Keaton in Batgirl. If you're doing this Arkham series, you can have Michael Keaton as that Batman and use Michael Keaton as your TV series Batman.
No, he's in the future. He's future Batman. Michael Keaton's future. Ben is present, and the other
Okay.
one's past.
See, Pattinson is
Now you can
definitely
have like a time
past.
travel Batman.
Pattinson is definitely past because he's young Bruce Wayne, and then
Yeah.
old Bruce Wayne. You got, middle-aged Bruce Wayne. You got Batfleck, and then Keaton as old Batman. That's a series in and of
Yeah,
itself.
right there. We have a time travel movie here. Let's make it happen, people.
Hang on. I see a great movie premise.
Yeah.
All right, hear me out. You're mixing Batman with the time traveler's wife. You have Catwoman, Talia al Ghul, and I don't know, throw Wonder Woman in there, and each Batman has their own wife. And
How many
you mix
Catwomen?
it with like dating game.
We're gonna skip that intro.
All right, I may have went a little bit too thick on the toss there, but I'm just saying there's a lot of stuff you can do because people will Batman has been in all of our lives throughout all 97 years of the old man's, all 27 million of his kids. They all know Batman. He is a staple. You can have 50.
Recently took over the kanji.
You can have 50 different Batman, and if the story is right, they will watch every single person watch every single fucking one.
If you can have 3 Spider-Men in one movie, we can do 3 Batman.
I started rewatching that last night. I got a good hour in, man.
I mean, I already got the basketball team. Shit.
You know?
Just give me something that I haven't seen 100 times before.
Just
Yes.
no more parental
3
deaths.
time traveling.
Do something
Batman.
different.
3-time traveling Batman. I mean,
He's defeating someone in the past, present, and future. There you go. That one's free. Someone read it.
Gilbert Gottfried as Batman, and he's defeating Tom Cruise as
No,
whatever
he's got to be
villain.
the. He's got to be the
Don't.
villain.
I thought you were going to go someplace. Thank you for not going there.
What?
he was about to tiptoe, and then he realized, like,
He was-
oh.
He said Tom Hanks, and then he
Tom
fixed
Cruise,
it.
Tom Cruise.
Although they did have
as a
that,
villain,
Tom Cruise, excuse me.
they
as
did
a villain,
have that. They dropped
not
that.
as Wonder Woman.
They dropped that trailer for Pinocchio with Tom Hanks as Geppetto. He looks fucking good.
It's a running joke on here.
You could get it.
Tom Cruise is Wonder Woman. It's a good run.
was a-
Stop saying that.
No, it was.
It's a new Perjanger intro.
No, it was like a superhero comedy, like
Yeah.
Tropic Thunder.
Yes. Because
Can you
Tom
imagine
Cruise
the
could pull
scene
that off.
in the invisible plane?
It would win a fucking Oscar.
I see Oscars, people.
That's also a condition. But somebody who isn't seeing awards might be this next story, which I'm not going to hit the button. I don't want that to be a good segue.
That was an okay segue. Where's the button?
Oh, the green one.
That was a good segue.
There we go. We got our first
Are we done?
trailer for Ms. Marvel. There we go.
How would you hear us, even if the headphones on?
You keep this up, mister. You're going to be a producer. So we get our first trailer for Ms.
Apply here at pjandwh.com.
There's the contact us over at pjandwh.com, and you could be a producer today for an internship, which means you work for free. But somebody who ain't working for free is Ms. Marvel.
We'll lie on the college credit course.
There you go. If we can work that, there you go. Then you get 1 college credit.
I think the college has to agree to that, no?
Yeah.
All right. Well, there's a flaw in my plan.
All right, so it'll be 60 pesos then.
But back to Miss Marvel. God, this is like getting a Jeep stuck in fucking like a foot long thick of fucking sticky Alabama mud. And you're trying to get it back on. You're right there. You're almost on the road.
You spend more time discussing
get it.
that joke.
One thing that isn't hot legally is the next trailer, because Ms. Marvel, the first trailer,
I don't
is
know
the
how you
only
pulled that
way
one
I,
out.
it's the only way I could make that fucking segue to finally play this trailer.
Running at 30 degrees Celsius.
That was a good segue.
From the series creator Visha K. Ali, Ms. Marvel tells the story of how Kamala Khan, Aman Vellani, I
Close
think.
enough.
There we go.
Iman Vellani. Yes.
There we go.
Say it with whatever you say. Just say it with commitment.
I lost my
Believe in
commitment.
it.
Or hooked on
But-
phonics.
Phonics. A diehard Carol Danvers stan first discovers her own begrudging superpowers and starts putting them to good use as a super villainy begins to take root in Jersey City. Begins? Hang on. They're alluding that Jersey City is just now beginning to
Require a
crime.
superhero.
Jersey City sucks.
So, look,
Be nice to Jersey City.
I have been to the country of Jersey. It has required a superhero for at least as long as I've been alive.
I mean, before I was born.
Then there's Camden.
Anybody arguing with me? No?
No.
All right. We'll go on with the story.
No, we're agreeing.
They're giving property away for free, and no one wants it.
Similar to her comic counterpart,
The Flash just ran straight out of Camden.
Yeah.
the MC, if he stopped, they would have stole his shoes. Gotcha, motherfucker! I'm the Flash! How'd you take my goddamn shoes?
You were on 30 with all the potholes.
Ain't quick enough, motherfucker! Like, bam, and he's out of there. He already sold him the fucking
They
Lobo.
disrupted the space-time continuum because of construction in Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
The opinions given by the hosts of Predingers and Wall Hangers are not reflective of the opinions of
Disney or
me, apparently, since I'm the only one that's not puddling on Jersey
You're
right
absolved
now.
from the tri-state area of Philly. So
See, here's the difference. You're not Philly based. Everybody Philly, we shit on Jersey because the only reason you go there is to see the ocean, not Jersey.
You go there to get
Right
to the
by
other
the beach.
side.
You go there for tomatoes.
You know, that's a good point. They got really good fucking tomatoes in Jersey.
There are the
Although it's all
gardens.
flat, you know, because nothing wants to be there. That's why it's level.
I mean, your A+ guys are over there too.
Enough shitting on Jersey,
It's a
but
lot of farms.
Kamala doesn't hide the fact that she's something of a fan fiction writing nerd, and something of a few of her peers rarely understand, other than her befriending Bruno Corella, Matt Lintz. They're looking like with this, they're taking enough from the comic character of Kamala Khan, and they're making her a Green Lantern.
Yeah, and
Just not
in a
green,
roundabout way.
just cosmic.
but they're also like
But
melding.
cosmic is just explaining the color of her construct. Well, I'm not a Green Lantern. I'm a cosmic lantern. You know, I mean, it's a different color. There's a lot of different colors. You know, there's a little purple. There's a little bit of indigo in there.
sparkle.
And it does sparkle when I use it. Like, oh, I just hit you with a sparkle fist. You know, like it. I just feel like that would make you feel even worse as a supervillain if you got slapped with a sparkly dildo.
I mean,
How'd you get hit out of that glass pane and knock out? Well, you know, it was just
that's the wrong movie.
it was Ms. Marvel, and she just kind of hit me with something. Oh, what was it? No, hang on, man. I know you.
I don't remember. I was hit in the head.
Aren't you the guy that got hit with the dildo?
Is that what it was?
Yeah, he's the guy that got hit with the sparkly dildo.
With the power of phallic, I choose you.
Ooh,
That was the Please Me Plus app.
But I guess phallicness aside, my main question is they took Ms. Marvel and changed her from being super stretchy, her embiggening giggity powers, and then morphed it into, hey, we don't have a Green Lantern. To where that just seems like the ultimate thing I saw with people reacting like negatively on Twitter is that they were like,
not the universe you're in.
this is just a, well, Mr. Fantastic is also stretchy, so we have to give her a different power. If that's
Well,
the
I
reason,
think it's more
that's a shit fucking
cost
reason.
thing, isn't it? It's got to be really expensive.
I
to do
imagine that
super
has to be
stretchy
it.
for a TV show.
yeah.
I mean, I don't think, like, in the future, if we see Mr.
Maybe
Fantastic,
if this show does really well and it becomes kind of a moneymaker in its own right, it will be something that develops for her in season 2, a power that she didn't know that she had, or something happens and she grows into it. But
yeah.
I think just as a whole, I don't hate this change.
Yeah. I mean, look,
How do you walk it back though? From like, oh, yeah, well, now the show is good and now we can do it. I'm like, No, you.
Yeah, but
Well,
there's
something
no
could happen.
Here's the
Like she
thing.
could absorb
there's no Terrigen
something, get
mist.
blessed by something. Like there's no fly through an atomic
How
sun
you
and
have-
that
Hang
gives
on,
it to
Kat.
her. I mean, there's any number of things that can happen.
This little traitor is
Fall in a
Benedict
vat of
Arnold.
acid.
This little bastard is
Cardboard Kelly
biting Kelly
rubs
for
her head.
years.
Who knows?
This little bastard is biting Kelly for fucking years. First date, well, not first date here. You've been here long. And Link is just like, I'm getting picked up. That's what's happening. Nobody picks up Link. He doesn't even pick up Link.
He jumped on my lap last week.
Well, you're a French fry guy, but that is very impressive, Cardboard Kelly. You've never done that before.
Look how delighted he is.
He's very delighted. But with Kamala Khan, like my knee-jerk reaction is to hate it. But it also, as I'm thinking about it, it lines up along with what they want to do with the movie. Like, obviously, you have Captain Marvel 2, The Marvels. You already have Tatiana Paris, which in the comics, she was kind of like a Captain Marvel figure. She has, like, those kind of powers. Giving Ms. Marvel this seems a little bit more in line with the name. To where that's where I'm more inclined to like this version. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get you.
To where in the Marvel, I can see where Marvel's going with this. I'm equally as upset because I love playing as Ms. Marvel in Marvel's Avengers. She was the best part of that game because she was fucking badass.
Yeah, if you can just watch a little bit on YouTube there, Kat, you would actually enjoy that story. The intro is really like heartwarming and stuff.
It's so great because she's like, you have like Cap remembering that she submitted
and Thor as well.
Yeah, they all remembered like you wrote that really good comic. But that's because she was like writing Cap and Thor up like, oh my god, and then Cap was amazing. Like I really like that part.
Because it's really no gameplay. It's just like introduction of like the story. You would actually enjoy it, Kat. It's about 20 minutes long.
That and she'd like Telltale games.
She would, but
we're slowly inching that way. But
we're gonna get the
Inching what
glasses
way?
for Kat so she can play games again.
so we'll have to see how Kamala Khan is received when it releases on June 8th. So this is the summer release. We have Moon Knight.
Yep.
March 30th. That's our spring release. Our summer release is Ms. Marvel. And that makes a lot of people think that our kind of fall release, end summer fall release is going to be She-Hulk.
Okay.
Because late summer, it's already confirmed we're getting What If Season 2 this year.
Yeah, I can't wait for that.
So then ending off the year with the Marvel holiday special, I Am Groot. So TV-wise, they have their lineup this year, and it's looking good. Starting off with Moon Knight is strong.
No, TV special.
Yeah.
I am Groot.
And then you also have Doctor
What did you
Strange
just say to
coming
me?
out in May.
I am Groot.
But She-Hulk being in that perfect kind of niche. And Daredevil, rumored to being heavily involved in the She-Hulk season, which makes sense. They're two
So
lawyers.
she's going to have legal issues?
Well, she's a lawyer.
Oh, she's a lawyer. Well, that would make sense.
Yeah.
So she's going to win all the cases because he's going to go out superheroing and he's never going to show up.
Would you can't out lawyer somebody who turns big and green.
Cousins through the Bristow gene.
I have friends in
I didn't
mediocre
hear that,
places.
and the way that you're laughing makes me think I'm kind of glad that happened that way.
So something else that you're glad that's going to happen is
It'll be
this,
on the playback.
is this next story.
All that happened is he sneezed.
That was a good segue.
My parents say that.
So Sean Levy
Inception.
slated to direct Ryan Reynolds in Deadpool 3. Oh, yeah. So the Hollywood Reporter. Now, Sean Levy, he directed The Adam Project
Yep.
as well as Free Guy.
Yep.
I recently watched The Adam Project. Big Brother and myself, we checked that out. I liked that as a time-traveling film. I thought that was really good.
I mean, it's done. It's a popcorn movie, and it
It is.
showcases
And there's nothing wrong with the popcorn movie.
if it's done right. I mean,
And it is. It's you got Mark Ruffalo and Jennifer Garner.
Yeah.
From 13 going on 30, just
Yes,
like with
Jennifer
Mark
Garner,
Ruffalo
yeah.
right there. So there was that dichotomy there with, a chick flick I was forced to watch that I enjoyed, seeing those two back on film. But also just having Sean Levy, because Free Guy was awesome.
I haven't watched it yet.
Me neither.
It's an amazing film. It's on Disney Plus. Or not Disney Plus.
Yes,
Yeah,
it's actually on Disney Plus now.
It's on Disney Plus, so
Because
definitely check it out.
It was a Fox acquisition movie.
Yes, because I appreciate it, and I would love to see a second one.
We'll see.
And, it's just one of those things. To now having this guy, seeing him put through 2 solid movies, he is very sketchy about the Cardboard Kelly.
Link just backs up like
He was sketchy when we had all 5 of them lined up. He's very sketchy of that one in particular because he's always watching.
Not so sure about that guy.
But we'll have to see. So we can finally speculate to where Deadpool 3 is going to go. Is it going to go off of his universe that he's in and then ending up in the Marvel universe, or is this going to be a soft reboot to where they just kind of blend it so that you don't know, i.e. like the Daredevil?
the only way we're
and the
going to know
Kingpin.
is him fourth wall breaking. Be like now entering this multiverse.
See, that's the thing. I don't see them doing the light thing like they did with Daredevil and Kingpin because it's Deadpool. He will actually say, no, this is what happened. He will break that fourth wall. So I just see them going from that Fox acquisition and then Deadpool's trip through the multiverse to get there.
Well, you got Multiverse of Madness.
Because then you
happening.
can have Gwenpool. You can have, a whole bunch of different people pop up. Logan, Hugh Jackman, you could have Cable pop back up. There's a bunch of shit.
Yeah, I mean, Josh Brolin. Josh Brolin said he's going to be doing Bishop again, or Cable.
I'm glad I can't see what's going on back there.
You don't need to.
Just don't get any on the
Slow down.
carpet. I'm just saying.
Lay down.
No promises.
But I would like to see them go just from the Sony universe into the MCU.
But I could see Deadpool being just like a backdoor, like
Giggity.
behind the camera, like in the scene cameo.
I can see Deadpool being a backdoor.
in Doctor Strange Multiverse. When Charles Xavier is talking to Doctor Strange, you could just see it. He's like just semi off shooting the camera, and then you just see him disappear because he's staring at the camera.
I also don't see that happening ever.
Oh, damn it.
You have some ideas like Joe Gilmore to where, yes, it is a perfectly nerdy idea and it would be fantastic, but it's so fantastical that it would never come to fruition. I come up with those all the time. That's how I can spot them out.
Yep.
On to the
Spot
next
him
story.
right here.
Because this is going to be a fanciful story. But it happened a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away.
Hello there.
Because Obi-Wan Kenobi trailer
That
showed.
was a good segue.
Thank you, producer. Shows Ewan McGregor's epic return to Star Wars. And I gotta say, as far as teaser trailers go, this will make your nerdy dick hard
Oh, you
because
can't.
it's more Tatooine. Oh yeah, a lot
you
of
know it. You
sand
love
where
it.
you don't want it.
It's cheap to shoot there.
It's right outside their office. They're going there a lot. More sand. Like that was probably just like a subliminal line that George Lucas wrote in there for Anakin. Just like, I hate sand. Fuck sand. This shit is awful. But with the trailer, man, I like what they did with it because you get a sense of the Grand Inquisitor. People had a lot of problems with because he was so different from the animated series, and didn't look anything like
was
the guy.
it changed the standard mold. That's why everybody has a
They
problem.
got rid of the bumps. People hate when you remove bumps.
Oh yeah.
The bumps in the head. They got rid of the bumps, and they were like, "What the
They have a
fuck? You
pill
got
for
rid of the
that.
bumps."
We
See?
love those bumps.
No bumps.
They were our favorite bumps.
They were. Might be the title of the podcast. But you also see other Inquisitors, which... No. All right, that might be the title of the podcast. I mean, if we're shooting for better titles... Look, here's the thing. The biggest... The most watched...
Hello there, bumps are itchy.
There you go. You got to, especially with the Obi-Wan Kenobi, you got to capitalize on that hello there because the highest watched Triforce podcast so far on YouTube recently was okay to senpai, no to hentai. And when I looked at the Google search of like keyword searches, it was hentai and senpai were the two top ones. And that was 33 of the most confused people ever, to where this is not the video I wanted.
But if they searched on that, they also saw the intro that you did that's on YouTube now, and also on pjandwh.com, where we got that glorious new restaurant.
Yes, they did watch that.
Yes.
Say no more.
It's my pie.
The clits and kilts.
Mother.
Formerly of Harry Butthole. Although you don't say formerly Arby's, and it's like a John's Chicken Wings shack.
Arby's, formerly Dunn's Chicken Shack, formerly A+.
Oh my god.
Formerly a Crack Den, formerly a Hardee's at the same time.
You don't really do that. How did we get to crack from Obi-Wan? Obi-Wan's really come on some hard times, man. Jesus Christ.
These are not the drugs you're looking for.
We are shipping spice, if you know what I mean. You did not
is
come in with any
Tatooine.
spice. You left it right here. And that's how Obi-Wan's hair turned white. It's that spice habit, man. Look, Luke, I got a great idea to blow up the Empire.
And we'll
I'm
start a
telling you.
business.
They had a whole bunch of clones. It was just one guy. They cloned him 1,000 million times. I'm telling you, I was there. I had a laser sword. Like, all right, man, calm down. I'm not sure you're all the way sane. I found you in a random hut in the desert. I really painted Star Wars in a different light, didn't I? I gotta say, a bit more opium than George Lucas intended. But this is where we are.
It's like I'll do that trick
more
with speed of
opium
hand.
than
Here's the
Obi-Wan.
hand. Here's the speed.
But the main purpose is to get this out of the system now, because you'll see. You'll see.
It gives a whole new meaning to parsec. It's just it's a mode of transportation through psychedelics.
It's how much cocaine he buys. So, like, I'm buying a parsec. Like, I don't know what that word means, but I just know it means a lot. I'm just going to get you a lot. How about that? A lot of fine? Yes, a lot.
Dun, dun, dun. This on People's Court.
It's the indiscriminate amount of just keep it coming and keep it like a sugar bowl. It's got to be full. There we go.
And the force will be with this next story.
Producer, both producers.
That was a good segue.
They're doing a better job than we are. We've been doing this for 4 fucking years.
Show along.
Goddamn producers are running the show. Hang on, that's how it's supposed to happen.
That was a good segue.
Thank you. But it is an A+ idea because you can hop on over here to facebook.com/APLUS Tri-State and you will find all of the most delicious delicatessens in the galaxy. And you will find them sponsoring your next event and then every one of your coworkers wondering where you found this great catering company. So hop on over to facebook.com/APLUS Tri-State and book them for your next catering or event. Our next story is a bit of, hope, wishful thinking. I don't know.
That was a good segue.
Not really, but a new Sega Game Gear concept has fingerprint reading analog sticks, and there's a trailer below. A new Sega Game Gear concept has recently whizzed past the desks and of the press here and struck their hearts in a mild level of sadness. Remember the good old days when Sega were on top of the game industry? It was a nice time.
70s.
Remember playing the best Sega Game Gear games on a handheld, and it was above and beyond what Nintendo was ever capable of at that time, which is true because you looked at Sonic, you looked at any of the Game Gear stuff. I had that friend who got the Game Gear, and he was enthralled with it. He showed me it, and all the games. Like I think they had like a Toe Jam and Earl, Sonic. It was amazing. This
so they had
is
two,
late.
They had two mobile systems. One was the actual Game Gear, and the other one was the Nomad. And the Nomad actually used the Sega Genesis carts.
Old man was there for the release.
I was.
Well, yeah, but that's
I remember.
That's not that long ago.
90s. 90s for the win.
All the way back then.
Who doesn't remember the 90s? If you
Listen, man, I had a couple of LAs looking at me when I was telling them where I was for 9/11, and then I instantly felt old. You ever like open up something and it just instantly crumbles? That's how I felt to when they were like, "Really? What did it feel like?"
Like a flan in the cupboard.
That's what it was like. But with this, the Game Gear, they have a bunch of nice, interesting technology, like the fingerprint reader, like a bunch of the trigger sensitivity, like you're getting on a lot of the consoles.
Yep.
It's different enough with that same styling that you get with like the Switch and the Steam Deck and a bunch of that. But this is doing more functionality to where you look here, instant streaming right there. It's that easy to put it on your TV.
Oh, nice.
You don't have to pop it into a dock. Giggity. There's no docking involved.
Come on.
I like the way you dock it.
You can make a Russian flag. We want to back it up. But I thought this was a nice little thing, man. Game Gear, man. They have nothing else going for them besides that $1 billion fucking movie.
There's been a lot of rumors about them getting back into the hardware business, and if this is the way they're going, I think it would be a nice.
Yeah, but there was also rumors of Atari getting back into the hardware business. And where the fuck is that console?
It's actually out. It just runs a Linux-based system that you can use it as a low end PC.
still using a 286.
Or you could buy a PC. I mean,
Yeah,
just
but they're
that.
very expensive.
They are very expensive.
So worth it. But
Unless you buy a bare bones kit.
in our next story, you will have a lot more choices even than this, because Super Nintendo World is opening in Hollywood next year.
Really?
He's got one. Beer.
Oh yeah, no. Kelly is thirsty, but this is the host. Part of the privilege. Super Nintendo World opened up in Tokyo in 2017.
Yeah.
So now in 2023, they're saying that this is going to open up here. And actually, if you go in the live folder, I think it's like the second tab. That one. They got a whole bunch of the fucking videos of the rides that are going to be there for.
Yeah, I mean, this looks
Universal.
awesome.
I just thought, they got like the Mario Kart, Yoshi Adventure. They got a bunch of different things that kind of look entertaining. I mean,
It looks.
who doesn't love Mario Kart?
I mean, this guy, he's a baller at it right now.
Although I got to say, when you have,
All right.
Yeah.
you got shit like this,
Look at the screen.
this is,
This
is-
Everybody loves Mario Kart.
it's Universal. It's Disney. It's that amusement park feel, but it also just screams
Yeah,
Nintendo.
it's a new amusement park for Super Mario World.
Just seems like something that should have been a staple already.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
It's opening in 23.
LA.
There's already one open in Japan, but that's a very expensive trip.
It's LA rules, so only one person's allowed in the park at a time, and you got to wear 7 masks wrapped around your head so tight.
It's a bitch.
But you have to walk through a winery where there's no restrictions.
Oh, it's the alcohol. It'll kill it.
Yeah, well.
But the park will be an immersive land and will be a visual spectacle from vibrant colors to architectural ingenuity.
I see.
I mean,
Tons of pipes.
that's it. It's
You're
just
looking for a
it's
pipe?
fucking Mario. You got a bunch of pipes. You got some weird fucking, flowers and shit around there. They're making it seem like it's a fucking Da Vinci. It's not. It's Mario.
A toady or two. Wow, that one's got an infection. Steer clear of that one. I think that one had an infection.
But Universal didn't give too many more details on this, but we're getting a full Super Mario, Nintendo Land
I can't wait.
in the U.S. To where it's one of those things, man. It's a nerdy thing that you can get excited for if you're, filthy rich, tons of money. You're gonna go and you're gonna have fun. Your kids are gonna be very privileged and very happy. Well, yeah, or you could just save up and go, but somebody else saved up.
You already got that one brewing.
And that's this next story. Because
All right.
our Cardboard Kelly backing out. But somebody else.
Yeah, that's how it works. We warned you.
Kelly over me.
Yes.
We warned you.
You really
Kelly over me.
we did warn you. We did warn you about the Kelly syndrome. But
That's the Diablo in him.
our Kelly stand-in bringing in the comedy and really just a fresh life in the podcast for $2.99. Just the right to spice.
Thank you, brother.
Just the right to spice. You're always welcome back as long as you're
I'll bump
not.
your ankles back.
Wear,
You know what,
wear
man?
denim next
That
time.
might actually fix him. That might actually fix his attitude.
See you Thursday.
The safe word's justice.
Safe word is justice.
Justice.
I get rough.
So EA says that Dead Space remake will be coming in early 2023.
I can't wait.
Remake? They made a first one?
They made 3 of them.
Really?
He's leaving, Doodle. It's not like he's coming.
He's going to the
I'll
back
show
door.
Now that he's left, I'm
So-
going to be a big man.
EA announces an early 2023
Show you my master
So
sword.
these
Arrival
Dead
window.
Space movies, were they any good?
No, the games.
You
Games.
just say movie?
No,
games.
remake.
Remake
Yeah.
game.
They're just making it
Never mind.
look better.
The animated
And-
movie was actually pretty baller, I will say.
Yeah, it was unplayable. You couldn't play the other ones. It didn't really.
The
I
games?
mean, not now.
The games
when
I
you go
completed.
back to play, I didn't.
When you go
I
back,
don't think
though.
it held up for me.
I still play them.
Yeah, but you play emulators.
No. It's backwards compatible on Xbox.
There you go with that fucking word again.
Yeah, I know. It's also available on Game Pass on PC. So you're welcome.
Well, that's true. But
So shut your pile.
with this, I mean, it's probably a
15
very
seconds. Oh,
that
okay.
yeah, it's disappointing.
For him.
Big Brother is always disappointed in the teasers, but
15
the
whole
main thing
seconds of
is
glory.
the
Here it is.
announcement. You're getting this announcement of a really great game.
Here comes another hot 15 seconds.
This is coming from the person that plays Star Citizen with massive disappointments.
Yeah, but
that
he's
one
not
in a
disappointed. Oh no, he hasn't logged on the Star.
Actually, you can go over to PJAMDWH. It's in the way back machine.
Yeah, way back
catalog.
Like if you look at that Perjanger's picture on Walljanger Gaming, it's probably scroll up a little bit from that point and you'll find Star Citizen. Like, pooh. It was a while ago. We've been game streaming a while on that.
Yeah.
And by I say we, I'm the mouse in his pocket because
Yeah,
I
look
just
how
started.
small my beard is there.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
In my current game stream, it pokes out the bottom of the helmet.
Oh, I got a new game for you to stream on PlayStation.
Yeah?
Elden Ring.
Oh, big brother. You're welcome.
Climbing shit.
Big brother's now going on to Elden Ring. Next
Fuck
week.
that climbing shit.
Fuck parkour.
Parkour can park your ass right over there.
I am playing Elden Ring. Because someone
That-
already beat that game
That
in
is the
37
game
minutes,
that he
man.
needs to fucking play. Is Elden Ring because he loves that Soulsborne kind of gameplay.
Well, he can download it on the PlayStation 4. What can I say?
So there you go, Wall
Ah,
Jaggers.
reminds me of the accident.
We got a good bit coming.
Another
for you
glorious 15 seconds.
on top of this great Dead Space news, and it's one of those things. It's like a squeaky wheel, but you have a nice remake like this, and you also have a nice end segment.
That was a good segue.
Because the last two stories I have on the docket here, we're going to be going back and forth. I added the wiki stuff on there, like you asked, because we have for
I
our
wanted
end.
you to introduce it, and then I'll...
Oh, this is all right. So then we'll. This is the great part about going live. Now I can just edit this out. So
We can keep it in for filler.
it'll be end credit stuff. So we have our end segment this week. We have I'm calling it a red pill and a blue pill.
All right.
All right. It's not quite versus because it's a choice. Now, your red pill is you wake up with Storm's powers, and your blue pill is that you wake up with Magneto's powers. Now,
I feel.
I will
that-
say this. Katarina said that she would go with Storm, and Kelly said he would go with Magneto.
Right.
Just to add out the Perjanger opinion here.
But I feel without those two, this end segment won't have the debate that we were wanting.
No, but it's a little bit disappointing. But with Katarina, she's very, elemental in that. I could totally see her as that Storm.
So
character.
when it comes to both, like their powers negate each other because they're kind of yin and yang. Magneto
I
can
found some here.
well, especially since you can have Storm, you can
generate. Storm can generate
have
magnetism.
earthquakes and shit, right?
Well,
no, that would be
no,
geophysical. So she would just be like,
tornadoes, hurricanes,
Water.
thunder, yeah, anything.
"You're
anything.
damp."
But she can generate so much, electricity that it can actually create magnetism. Like if she develops her powers a certain way. So
Seems
yes,
like every other goddamn superpower can generate electricity.
She can create a psychic bond between herself and the primal forces of the Earth's biosphere.
What have you got?
I mean, that sounds
I
impressive.
got my key and 2 empty
That's why I
beers
said
over
it.
there.
So she's very good at communing with elements.
It sounds good.
How are you doing, Earth?
What about the other guy?
Fire, Heart, how are you?
Yes.
Never mind, Heart, I don't actually care.
Hello, Mistress Planet.
You know what I mean?
So what will happen if the Earth stops rotating? She just is nullified. I mean, the world would just cease to exist. But
We're all fucked at that point.
Yeah,
I don't
we are.
think
You know what I mean?
That's really
You're looking
our
at
biggest
Storm's
problem.
power ability. Well, what if the Earth
everyone's
is fucked?
fucked?
If
Yeah, then
everyone's
everyone's
fucked, then
fucked.
Storm's powers will
Yes,
not help
yes,
us.
that
Like,
is-
yes, that's
yes,
because
that is true.
everyone's fucked at that point. But my ultimate choice was the Master of Magnetism, man. How could you not want to be Magneto? He made his own colony floating around the Earth as a giant middle finger to where, fuck you, made my own nation. Ha ha ha, eat my ass.
so which Magneto would you want? Ian McKellen or the X-Men animated series?
First class.
You wouldn't want First Class?
I would want first class Magneto.
I would. So you would want. Okay. I would want the animated
Michael
series.
Fassbender.
You want Fassbender.
Yeah.
I want the animated series Magneto because he was just like
Charles.
grizzled. He was like
Theatrical?
Yes, he was battle tested. He delivered with purpose.
Here's the problem with Magneto in our current climate is that the Holocaust doesn't. I mean, not that
They just needed they needed a launching point.
current event. They for Marvel
Really?
to launch these two people.
What do you mean?
You need something other than Nazis. You know,
You mean 1935 isn't current day?
Now I'm going to throw a little
1986 isn't a futuristic book.
I'm going to throw a little asterisk in this.
Well, kind of.
Well, I mean, kind of current day too.
What about Onslaught?
Mm-hmm.
Professor Xavier's evil alter ego.
I almost like an evil Illuminati to where you have Reed Richards' evil persona, fucking Doctor Strange's evil persona, Onslaught, all of them fucking making an evil Illuminati and making that
And
a
then having-
multiversal movie.
Oh my god.
Or even them the fucking ultimate villains to where like nobody's even looking there to where like, oh yeah, we're making the actual
Do you
main
think
villains variants of your favorite people.
So the Illuminati, the Marvel's Illuminati would exist.
Although no Red Hulk.
With William Hurt passing away.
Goddamn
RIP.
fucking goddamn shame.
And,
Another William Hurt. Like
yeah.
the War Doctor.
And then
If your name's William Hurt, just I don't know, maybe go and change it, man. It's not worth it.
It's not going to help.
All right, maybe not.
but they have a way to get that character still in the MCU because Sam Elliott played the same character in the first Hulk movie with Eric Bana. So they can, kind of segue him into that role. I mean, he's a little bit older, but they can get at least one or two movies out of him.
It was, I mean, it's kind of a shitty thing to say, but it's kind of the perfect time for you to have a change in Red Hulk.
Yeah.
Because of the multiverse where it is. To where, I mean, he was amazing.
He delivered a solid
as
performance.
General Thaddeus Ross. He
what-
was fantastic, especially in all the little cameos that he
nuances,
made in like Infinity War and all that. But he was great. But now we gotta expand that role. Almost like Chadwick Boseman, Black Panther, in some form or fashion, has to evolve.
Yep.
That's all I'm asking is for the character to evolve and not to lose it into the ether.
Yeah, I mean, I think you would.
In the
provide
same
that
aspect
character
to where
some
I'm accepting
breadth.
Ms. Marvel as a cosmic Green Lantern, you're evolving the character.
Just make the story good.
That's it.
Please.
I'm not as picky as a lot of the nerd internet. Just make it good. Is the overall ask of this podcast. Like the thank yous. We want to make it good by thanking Frank Percy, Mark Gervais, Jason Masters, Moisel Robinson, Brooks Wilkinson, Isabella Weston, and you, Loyal Walljanger, for liking, commenting, sharing, subscribing, and overall supporting the podcast. But of course, this is none other than a long drawn goodbye. I am your host, Matthew Bucarell, the Madman. Next to me is Christopher Bristow, the old man. Our cardboard Kelly Jim. We want to thank him. We want to thank Big Brother Stephen Bucarell, our omnipotent presence that is our producer, our mascot hero on time, Link Diablo, for making new friends. And of course, until next week, we love you. We miss you. We want to see you then. Game on, Walljangers. Bye-bye.
Oh no, we're gonna end it.
Shut it
Oh
off.
God.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Play on my Bajangers. That was a good segue. Our Island Kelly.
Whew. So.
This girl I
Here
went
we
to high
go
school
then.
with, that I care about very deeply keeps on inviting me to my high school graduation year Facebook group, and they're because it's going to be our 25th anniversary of graduation. 25
out of there,
25th
you.
reunion. Damn it, I can't do words.
That's
And-
where your best stuff comes from. Honestly.
I don't. That's every time. That's when I say very wrong things.
So,
But yeah, so she invited me to that Facebook group, and I don't think she realizes that I keep leaving it. And then she finds me again, and she's like, "Oh my god, I can't believe I didn't invite you," and invites me again.
I wonder how many like people do that. Like, oh, come on! I know people have done that in the past to Pajangers because I saw them pop back up, but then I just do it out of spite anyway. Like, oh, here you go. You haven't subscribed. Here you go. And now we're at 450.
What?
450 followers on Facebook, and we're getting popular. We put the first video podcast up on Spotify, which, if you check it out, it's really crystal clear. Which I was thinking about it to where
That's unfortunate.
you have the apps on the cars, right? And Spotify's an app. So I would imagine that a video podcast would pop up on that Spotify app, at least eventually.
In theory.
In theory.
I mean, we're
see,
not
right?
getting any advertisements when I put it up in video yet. The old man looked into it. It's like it's in beta right now. So it's just because I think more people will watch if they can actually watch us. And you're in the end credits right now. So if you're watching this,
We're quite fascinated.
I guess I was right.
Hey, thanks for watching.
We
You're
appreciate you. You held in
Thanks
this
for
far.
watching in spite of us.
Yes.
Hey.
I'm sure Katarina threw out her advisory at least once this podcast.
It is
hang on, I got it.
the only thing I add to the podcast regularly is the disclaimer.
No, there's
Opinions
tons.
voiced
There's-
by
there's-
Mr. Matman here is
And
not
other Pajangers.
reflective of the rest of us, nor the Pajangers and wall hangers in general.
Yes. So I think the end credits is the best place ever to do an in-depth review while we're waiting for the other boys. For
Look at that.
the Batman.
That's cool.
That's awesome.
That's our ship.
Oh, that's dope.
Very cool.
Isn't that so cool? Yes, the Batman. You saw it. You guys finally saw it. So everybody's
Yes.
seen it.
Yes.
We're
We're good now. But so
okay.
and that's mainly because
Before you say anything, can you just don't say anything? Thumbs up or thumbs down?
he's giving a thumbs up too.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's why I did
Okay.
too.
Okay, so one for you, one for him. Okay.
So,
All right.
Having
Cool,
said
cool.
that, I
Having
have
said
something
that,
to say
it
about
is-
Batman.
It is a
Well,
I like
Bruce
agree
Wayne.
with Martin Scorsese. It is a film. And like you were saying last week, there were points to where and I really cued in on the eyes to focus in on Robert Pattinson's full-on portrayal because the eyes is where it starts in really creating this character. And he does. Now, going through and watching it, I thought that it was a masterpiece of a film. I
Oh,
thought,
absolutely.
oh my God, you're fucking beautiful.
except for one thing. So
See how big that bag is? That bag, it was as long as my other video card.
Giggity. The Projangers podcast is getting an upgrade next week.
Next week after this
I have never heard you talk with so much bass in your voice. Are you okay?
He's like, oh yeah. I just have to.
he's gonna need more blood.
I just need to clean up
Do
my
you
pants
need
afterwards.
a minute? Yeah, I was gonna say, do you need a minute?
Oh God, I just need to clean my pants afterwards. I got a 2080. I told this dude at work, and I was like, I'm going home to get a 2080.
2080 Super.
So,
It's a 2080 Super.
and he was like, oh yeah. It clearly didn't go through to his mind, but he's kind of a nerd, and I was just like, yeah, it's a graphics card for the computer. So pretty much,
Yeah,
I'm getting next gen graphics.
You're
and
getting
then
40% increased graphic
I'm
capacity.
also going to still
So
have.
so
the
does that
1080.
mean we're not going to get that?
I don't know
warning
who's more
anymore?
excited, Matt or Chris. for
I already
having
got my
brought
30.
it to
I already
him.
got my 3070 Ti installed.
Oh yeah, he's got his next
Oh
gen.
yeah,
shit. So
yeah.
he's fine.
I have the 89,000. So
No.
yeah, we're all in this together.
No,
But
back to
running on dial-up.
Batman.
Yes, but
Back
Wait,
to,
somebody's calling.
It's a brilliant.
back to
it's a-
Batman. It's a brilliant film.
It's a brilliant film and all, but here's the thing about Bruce Wayne. Why does he always got that damn hair in front of his? He's like
Anime Batman.
very
There's an
emo. It
anime
was very
Batman.
emo.
That's why.
That's how I
What's with
described
that?
it.
Maybe people would take you more seriously if you cut the freaking hair. there.
Now, look, I enjoyed the film. Wholeheartedly loved
I know
everything
who
about
I
it.
sound like.
I have my little critiques that I will say later. But I
Yeah,
want
of
to
course.
highlight a
We all
couple
do.
of the things that I liked. One, the Batmobile scene was fantastic. And
Was.
I believe you said it last week.
I'm
but
probably going to go see this movie tomorrow. So
any scene that Colin Farrell was in,
Mm-hmm.
he stole it.
Right?
He stole that scene.
I completely forgot it was him. I completely when I saw his name in the credits, I was like, did I know this? Like, how did I not like at all
now
clock that that's who it was?
I absolutely
Brilliant.
loved that. And even Paul Dano's portrayal of the Riddler, I thought was very good because the one metaphor I heard, which was it was comparing this to the Nolan series. And Nolan series tried to make Batman in the real world as opposed to Reeves is making the Batman world into the real world.
Right.
And that I really, once I heard that, it clicked in my head after seeing it because it's exactly what it did.
And I do think that it kind of bridges between you have Tim Burton's Batman, which
Yes.
was super Batman world, and then you have the Christian Bale Batman, which was real. It's supposed to be translated to our real world, and then you have this beautiful marriage in the middle, and that's what the Batman
It's
was.
like
'cause
old
you had
school
shades of both.
politics. You
It's,
have the far left, the
it-
far right, and the center. It used to be a
comes
thing.
full circle because he's just incepting it. Hence the reason Christopher Nolan's Inception
Yes.
and
But-
Scene.
But yeah, you need to watch it, sir.
I really
I'm
enjoyed
planning
it.
to. I'm planning to.
I
can't-
really
we can't.
enjoyed it. But the
I'll tell
one
you
thing,
this.
the
Oh, I
one
mentally
thing,
check out whenever you guys are talking about stuff I don't know or I'm going to see.
you'll see it.
Oh,
and
that's
it'll
me when
pop.
you guys talk gaming.
I'll tell you this.
So I mentally check out on purpose.
Because you know that we're not going to really spoil anything.
Yeah,
And
we're not going to do any spoilers.
Even
But what
from
was the
just-
thing that annoyed you?
What we have talked about in the podcast, like you pretty much will know where this
Well,
story is
casting
going
everybody
once
knows already, so
it's
that's not a big deal.
unfolded. Which
No plot points.
fucking Zoe Kravitz, man, my
Yeah,
God,
she's
how amazing was she as fucking Catwoman? The best Catwoman yet. Best
Yep.
Catwoman yet.
I said it. I said it last week.
You did. I'm 100% co-signing that. Best Catwoman yet. Now, even Robert Pattinson being emo Batman, because the film was so good and where it was set in Batman's timeline is the reason why I find it the best Batman film, because it's year 2. They literally say it within the first half hour.
It's
two
written
times.
on the folder. He's writing
On his journal.
the- yeah,
Batman
the thing.
takes notes. He's actively trying to learn, and it gives you details like an actual film would. And once you watch it, you realize why it got the AMC Artisan Award.
So I'm going to
And even his relationship with Alfred in this film makes sense for where
Amazing.
everything is happening.
And I can't. Oh my God! Anybody? Fuck you! The fucking. You know what I'm gonna say. But he left the room.
Martha
Okay.
Wayne being
It looks like,
in
all right,
Arkham
let's go out.
was the best
Mhm.
goddamn thing ever.
Yep.
Like
Yep.
now,
Yep.
Kat. This is the thing. Was that a thing beforehand? Like I don't remember anything like comic wise. Like
I sincerely,
thought
now
maybe
I'm not
a
going to
game?
pretend that I'm the most versed in Batman, so I'm not even going to say that for sure it doesn't. But to my memory, if that was something that was put in at some point, it would be more widely known than it is. The fact that
That's what I
this was
thought.
a shock,
It was such a shock, but I thought, like, immediately I was like, oh, well, maybe they're, like, tied it into a game. Like, maybe it was in Arkham. Like, maybe Gotham.
Well, it might
like,
have
in
been.
the series.
It might have been.
Like,
It might have been hinted at. I can't honestly say. I have
the thing I
a friend who
immediately
is
thought
a
of.
super Batman fan would probably know for sure.
The
But
thing I thought of was Court of
I
Owls.
thought that
maybe.
that was such a stroke of freaking genius.
Oh, my God, yes.
And also explains why he processes things the way that he does too.
Yeah.
Like it all. That's why I said that this was
It
the best.
tied
the best
everything in. Like, what you got from Batman and everything. It was so good that it just,
one.
God, this story just really hit. And that's where we come
And
to.
the more people you talk about it, everybody
Yes.
noticed something else.
Yeah.
And so every time you talk to someone who's seen it, especially if they've just freshly seen it,
I
the
noticed
more you're
something.
like, well, did you see this? Or did you see this? And this is a tie into this. And you're like, oh my God, they really thought of like
Joker
everything.
at the end.
Yeah.
Holy.
Yeah. And the guy that they cast to play him is Druig from the Eternals.
I
think that
that's
he would.
why we've
yeah.
stayed till you had your reason to stay through the credits. I had my reason to stay through the credits because I was like, who is the unnamed Arkham patient? Who was the guy next door? Who was it?
Yeah.
Who was
They
it?
led
It's
to it.
true.
And then it was Barry Keoghan, and I was like, yes, I knew it. But you could see in like a panel that they had like like a facial thing in
Yeah.
there. And
The way that they cast the shadow, the outline of his head, the laugh, even the way he was saying and he was giving the riddle to the Riddler, the attention to detail. I just
and what Matt
I wish I could go watch it again for the first time.
I think it was an article that I saw Matt Reeves in being interviewed, and he said that the Matt Reeves Chris is grabbing his
Is he
beer.
back?
He's grabbing his beer off camera. So so the thing I saw
He's waiting in the green room.
was with the green room with the monster.
Yeah.
And that's not Link. We have a monster in the front. So the thing I loved about it is Matt Reeves describing the Joker character to where this is pre-Joker, and he is very much like Phantom.
Sad.
That's so adorable. But the Joker kind of being like the Phantom of the Opera character, to where you know he's disfigured, so he hates the world. And that being the outlet for this psychosis that is the Joker. And I love what he even just described in a paragraph, that if we get Mr. Freeze, Court of Owls, Joker, Riddler team up, like if we get any of that out of this trilogy, I'm going to be happy. But they also, the thing I found, I was listening to Fat Man on Batman. Well, Fat Man Beyond, is that they introduced Venom.
I thought that was
when Batman was down, and he injected himself. It was green, and then he was like, "Oh my God, that's Venom." Yes, see. But then the other thing, the third act came out of nowhere, to where Gotham all of a sudden has a seawall.
I thought that was some sort of lore I was supposed to know.
Stop
ahead
talking.
Of time.
But that was the other
We
thing.
gotta stop.
Yeah,
we gotta
that was-
move on. We gotta do something else.
But that was the only other thing.
Next time. Chris, watch the damn
No,
movie.
there's 4 more scenes we must talk about.
All right. So
But
before we go live, breaking news.
While he gets the live screen set up.
We all have 1,000 cards coming for business cards.
Hey.
Aw, yee.
So
Per Jangers and Wall Hangers LLC looking a little bit official.
What is this?
I mean, because
$2.99, the Triforce podcast. Oh no, $2.99. Yeah,
you
it
can,
says it right there.
do that.
The Lugnuts is going to be $300. Unless we don't have any news, because auto show and everything happened.
It does.
Probably
It
won't.
does happen. There was a lot of news this week, so you never know.
Yeah.
Can
So we
just-
may have a 300.
Can we just keep Triforce 300 because I want everybody to be a part of it. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, very exciting.
Link, shut up.
No, he knows exactly what's going on.
Just give him some rubs.
Link.
We're 8.
There you go.
Kelly.
belly never looked so good, huh?
Link, smell him. He may nibble at your calves, but
You're not. He may nibble at
We're
lower
long
part.
shanks.
Come on over here, Link. No, that's not. He's gonna. He may.
Doodle.
He's a nibble. Oh yeah. We'll start. We'll go live right now. Right now. We have to go live right now.
That is the way to
That's
do
fantastic.
Right now.
That's fantastic.
Everything is
it. Going live on Twitch, Facebook,
That's perfect.
YouTube.
Bye.